Hi there, in this video what I'm going to do is show you the batch version of a tool in the toolbox. It's a straightforward thing to use, and so this video is much more geared towards the new users to ArcGIS Pro. I'm sure the veteran users amongst yourselves will be familiar with it, but if not, then and if it is, maybe it's a bit of a refresher for you. But this is really a straightforward video about using batch, and in this example I'm going to use clip. So to get straight down to it, as you can see here in my map that I've got here, so the contents, I've got some OSM streets, that's the red lines. So if I just click on it, so I just downloaded these from Planet OSM. Let's just click on one. There we go. So that's the vector data from OSM, and also I have some waterways. Let's just turn off the streets. You can see these waterways here. So these are various bits of data attached to Rithley Brook is there, and finally I have some SSSIs. So these are the sites of special sort of scientific interest and stuff. So it's Budden Wood and Swithin Reservoir, as it says. So this is all the data again I've got. It's all open data. Let's turn them all back on. Now the job I'd like to do, the goal I'd like to reach is I would like to have clipped all the waterways and road network from OSM clipped by the SSSI polygons. So I only want to have these line segments, these line geometry that exists or intersects inside is clipped by these polygons. So you can see some sort of OSM data, the red lines crossing here, because there's lots over here in Bradgate Park. I know there's lots of paths and rows around that area, and also there's some water network here as well. You see down in Bradgate Park as well. So I want it all clipped by those polygons. So it's quite straightforward to do the clip. Go to Tools, Analysis Tools. As you can see, I've already searched for clip before. Let's click on clip. Extract input features that overlay the clip features. Press clip. So what do I want to clip? I want to clip my streets. And how do I want to clip them? By SSSIs. So this is some OSM streets underscore clip is what it's going to call it, and it's going to put it in the sort of default database for the project, but you can rename this to anything. So now I shall run it. So let's just get rid of the tool for a second. What has happened? Well, let's just turn off some streets and turn off any other road networks. And sure enough, you can see we have those the red line geometry, those features, those OSM street data clipped by the SSSI polygons. So that's great, but that's with one feature set. What if I've got 30 and you want to clip them all? So let's just remove this one for a second, because I've also got these waterways and I really want to do them all in sort of one go. So using clip is easy enough with one feature that's inputting, one input feature set. But what if you want to do everything? So in order to do everything in one go, lots of multiple layers, you use clip batch. It's still the same tool, so I still go to I can still search for clip, and there it is. But if you right hand mouse click on the tool, you'll see batch. Okay, so that's how we're going to do multiple layers at the same time. So we click on batch, and what this is asking you to do here is effectively to set up the tool. How do you want to do this? Well, you could just make a temporary tool. So this is kind of just for the session. You just want to run it and that's it. But you might want to actually save this, what you're doing, to an actual tool in your toolbox. So this will be in within this toolbox TBX file clip demo. This, which is by default the name given to it's the same project. You can see the clip demo project file there. So we can call it batch clip or anything, but actually it's sort of multiple batch clip. Okay, so I might as well call it that. And what we're batching up is the input features. So we're saying we want multiple inputs to be chopped up by the SSSI polygons. That's what we're saying, be clipped. But we could do it the other way around, and we could say actually we want just one layer, perhaps streets, but we could have multiple polygons around to chop up the data. So there could be multiple polygons as inputs in order as clip features. So it depends which way you want to go, which way around you're talking about. In this case, I'm saying input features to be chopped up are the batch parameter. So click next. It says, okay, well, what do you want to chop up, clip? You can select manually like we did before, but if you see this little down arrow here, click on that and you can just select all the layers that you want. I want to do streets and waterways in one go and chop them up. So let's click add. Don't forget to click check the add box and you'll see them added, but you can see you can add lots more in there. How is it to be clipped? It's still SSSI. It's still some of those SSSIs, and I call it some SSSI because it's just a sort of manual selection I did. We can name the output classes to whatever we want. That percentage, name percentage, is like a variable that ArcGIS Pro uses, and that just means with name percentage, that's the name of the layer. That's what that's going to call, but we could sort of do anything in there. Yes, as with any tool, lots of environment stuff we could set up, export, what the output coordinates are going to be, all that kind of thing. But we'll just leave it as that and run. Doesn't take too long to run. And if we just have a look at them, actually, let's just get rid of that window for a second. Let's see what happened. So I'll just turn off that stuff. And sure enough, what we've now got in the layer is clipped waterways, clipped streets by these polygons. So I've done two sets, two sets of clipping with one sort of tool. So that's all the waterways that were clipped, which is correct. If we turn on the waterways, you can see how that overlays, you see. And we also clipped the OSM line geometry as well, and you can see there's a lot of crisscrossing over that park. So that's batch clipping, and what I'll do is just finally, just as an endpoint, just to show you something here, if I click on tools again, you can see how it says multiple batch clip. I've done this demo, I've done this before, so I've got a few test ones there, but you see how that multiple batch clip that I called it. So that's there, and that's there to run again. But what you could do is right hand click and click edit. And when you click edit, you'll see here is the model. A great place to start. What you can use that for to create your own further analysis models. But more on that, and therefore tools in the toolbox. But more on that in another video. But you can see how it's generated all this for you. Very handy. So this is a multiple input tool going on here, and you can see it's iterating there. So there's some good sort of learnings there to be had. Anyway, I hope you find that useful. It's a relatively straightforward thing to do, but very powerful. So just remember, you go to your clip tool, and once you've found it, right hand mouse click and click batch, and that works on all tools. So if I was to go to split, let's say select, maybe double click that, sorry, select and batch, right hand mouse click, batch, and we can do the same sort of thing on the select. So most, if not all, the tools have some kind of batch capability. I hope you found that useful. Thanks very much.